17 alnir silki. Vad säger jag?
For players to recognize their surroundings easily, developers wanted to create a clash between the English and Norwegian maps. So Norwegian landscapes are covered with ice and snow, with little road to travel by land. While Scandinavia wasn't as barren as we're made to believe, the harsh and uninviting land depicted in AC Valhalla means to push the player towards England and continue Eivor's journey. To do so, level artists, tech artists, and level designers used the Lofoten Island as a visual reference to emulate its rough landscapes. Through shapes and outlines, the designers made the world feel treacherous. While England's flora is lush and lively, the grass is always greener on the other side of the sea.
van mijn beste vriend van me in Bingen.
It's difficult to set oneself apart in a sea of Viking-themed media, but it was the challenge marketing and art teams faced when creating AC Valhalla's visual identity. Together, they designed logos and crests, selected fonts and colors and interfaces. As a result, 50 different logos were created for the brand to find the right fit. The 2 axes logo on the bottom right of this picture. They must have been exhausted. The turquoise colour was added early on as a nod to the aurora borealis that illuminate the Norwegian skies. 2 axes for dual wielding form the A of Assassin's Creed. At their end, the outline of a longhouse rooftop, with delicate engravings to underline Norse crafting skills. Finally, the faded grid in the background serves as a reminder of the Animus simulation.
So I pried the book from his hands and tore the covers off to bring home. I'll be able to afford another slave this harvest season, at the very least.
These Saxons and their books. You'd think they were more precious than their own lives. But if no one lives to speak of what's written down, who will remember it?
Not to speak of how they treat their dead. Putting bones or pieces of wood inside golden boxes. How this honors their god, I'll never understand.
Waiting won't make it any easier.
Hero of many tales. I could not let you pass without experiencing the sting of your wit.
The mood I'm in, you'd best hope for a stinging rather than a lashing.
Then let's begin. On the Isle of Ely, great riches were won.
It was over before this flighting begun.
Come, Thorstein. Surely you can do better than that. I've heard of your legend, your grace and prowess.
To not have heard it, you'd have to be dense.
I feel like you're not taking this seriously, my friend. It's a shame Harald Jarl outshines you so brightly.
He outshines us both. He's so sprightly.
Weak, I'm afraid. How disappointing.
I don't have time for this.
Thorstein! You've been far from our shores, but never my thoughts.
There's something I must say, my Jarl.
So formal. Did the crossing scour our friendship from your mind?
It did not. It's only by friendship that I'm brave enough to speak.
Tell me then. I'm listening.
I tire of raiding Harald. I want to settle where there's rich, dark soil for the taking. I want to make a place of our own where I can live out my days with my wife.
You're young yet, my friend. Plenty of time to grow old with a bouncing infant on each knee.
No, my Jarl. I've delayed too long already. Today I search for a ship.
I have none to spare.
Then I shall purchase one.
Commission, perhaps. I hope this folly of yours can withstand a year's wait.
If that is what it takes. It is no slight to you, my Jarl. My love for you has not waned, but my love for my wife only grows stronger with each absence. I hope you will bless my journey in time.
Go.
Er bara mycket friska. Jag kommer inte av hem med.
I'd best tell Brunhilde we will have no help from our king.
As longhouses were at the centre of Norse communities, it was only natural that they'd be at the forefront of AC Valhalla. Just like any true Viking, Eivor hosts feasts, plans battles, and sleeps in her longhouse. But what about its design? The art direction team first took a scouting trip to Lofoten, Norway, to immerse themselves in the land and bring back references. And chocolate. From these pictures, modelers and artists designed variations of paint patterns, carved animals, frescoes, and so on, for players to enjoy and use to customize their settlement. Anglo-Saxon longhouses, on the other hand, were designed with different materials, such as hay and lime, and less detailed engravings. Can't have them steal the show. Creating an immersive world also includes the sounds triggered when Eivor interacts with her or his surroundings. Shown here are coloured surfaces that play a specific sound when the player walks on them. Yes, every item with sound and animation is labelled in the game's engine. A brown square indicates a wooden sound, probably because wood is brown, I'm not sure, while yellow squares signal a fabric-like sound. When the player walks on or touches one of these hidden squares, the noise it's linked to triggers automatically. But there's another side to this coin, and it's a sinister one. With this system, developers were also able to create noise traps that can reveal the player's presence to nearby enemies. Now, you can't make a Viking game without an awesome longship. It's the law. After all, Norsemen are renowned for their boat-building craftsmanship to this day. To do it justice, modelers in Montreal built the dimensions and shapes, while artists in Singapore created 48 different variations of longboats with stunning designs inspired by Norse mythology. The outcome speaks for itself. A slick, clinker-built hull for hydrodynamism, shallow keels to sail in low waters, and even a removable mast to pass under bridges. Now set sail, and may you have fair winds and following seas. Don't forget your sandwiches.
Woody, keeping those hands of yours busy.
Ha! They'll be ready to tie knots in the worst winter storms, I swear.
And they're going to bring it all the way from A70KUNJI24?
Definitely not. My parents have never traveled farther than Notfall, and they complained about the food the whole time.
Have you told them of your plans to sail west?
Not yet. They've woven sails for Thorstein before. No need for them to know that this time will be any different. Not until all our hard work has paid off.
Ulf, it is good to see you again.
I couldn't miss this chance to sail with the mighty Thorstein, now could I?
Ulla, it's been a long time.
It has. Time has hardened you, my friend, as it has me.
Well, how did it go with Harald?
Harold will not stand in our way, but neither will he help us.
Oh, At least he could give you his blessing.
He did not.
Oh, my love. He will come around. His love for you flows deep, but its pull is as strong as the tides.
I see you've made good on your promise to find us traveling companions at least.
This group of good-for-nothings, they're only here as ballast.
Ah, then finer ballast I've never seen. It's a good start, but we will need more men.
And a navigator, I know. I've gathered a list of names already.
Ah, my Leðurstjarna. Imvolder, I need a ship. My wife and I leave for the land across the sea.
Harald won't pay for such a vessel, I'm sure. Did you really fill your pockets that well on your last raid?
I have gold enough to cover the cost.
Wood, sails, and all?
Gunhilda's family will provide the sail. The rest I will purchase.
Ah, you're a lucky man.
I know.
Speak with Skaga for a pine mast, then, and yarn for the nails. Tell him I'll expect him to be on time with his deliveries in the future.
I'll see what I can do.
Thorstein, what brings you to my yard?
Imvolder sent me.
Oak or pine?
I'm sorry, what?
New to shipbuilding, are you? Come with me. You'll learn better by doing. Use that axe to remove the bark from this log. Underneath you will find silken pine, flexible and light, that will bend in the wind. Perfect for a mast. Once you have a sense of the wood, come find me and I will show you another. Tap in the wedges gently. We want this log to split as straight as possible. That way we will have long hard boards of oak for the hull of your ship to protect you and your fellow. I'll wait for you over there. Planing the wood ensures a tight fit between the boards, leaving no gaps or knots that might give way in the middle of the sea. The smoother the joints, the smoother your journey. Now, which type of wood did Imvolder send you for?
Oak, I think.
I believe you may be mistaken, friend. Luckily, I have the patience of Balder himself.
Then why did you ask me?
You won't forget again, will you?
Pine for a mast.
I'll send your new mast to the shipyard as soon as it's ready.
Are you looking for something?
Ingvaldur sent me.
Of course he did. He tried those nails from Avaldsnes, and I bet they fell apart in the salt water. I use nothing but pure iron, which is why he hates my prices. But at least you won't find yourself suddenly sailing in a bucket full of holes. Head inside the shop. You can take a box from the stack against the back wall. But tell him he'll have to pay up front if he wants more.
I'm the one funding the construction of this ship. You will be paid in full.
I have no doubt. Eventually. Ingvaldur makes ships that sing on the ocean waves. But mundane thoughts of silver and debt never seem to enter his mind. Don't worry, I'll talk to him. Go get your nails.
Finally you return. Now, there's one last step to take. Come with me. Which animal would you like best for your prow? I have 3 available, so you can choose the spirit that suits your intentions. You will also need to bring me a blessed charm to put inside the prow. But I won't need it for many months yet. Take a look and let me know if you have any questions.
Tell me about the elk.
The elk is associated with the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. For a new beginning in distant lands, it could be quite fitting. Is this the prow you want?
I'm not sure.
Take your time.
Tell me about the horse.
The horse? A risky choice. But you can count on it to lead you quickly to port, with the proper ritual precautions, of course. Is this the prow you want?
I'm not sure.
Take your time.
Tell me about the serpent.
The snake-headed prow will ensure you dominate the waves with disconcerting ease and great stability. Is this the prow you want?
I'm not sure.
Take your time.
Tell me about the elk.
The elk is associated with the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. For a new beginning in distant lands, it could be quite fitting. Is this the prow you want?
Yes.
Excellent. Then we can get started.
Eikthyr, bless us on our journey to new lands and a new home.
Thorstein.
Yes, my Jarl.
I was childish before. In my joy at seeing you home, I wasn't ready to discuss your departure again so soon. Nor see you gone for good. Please, accept this with my blessing.
Unjo, the rune of kinship.
And why not? No man has been a truer brother to me than you. It has been an honor to have you in my félag, even if this leg of the trip will be shorter. The day has finally come.
And all too soon.
Many have come before you, and many will come after. Yet, when I die, it will be your friendship that I recall as I await the opening of Valhalla.
There, we will meet again.
Go then, and the winds take you swiftly to soft lands and great riches.
May your name never be forgotten.
A fine ship for a fine man.
And the finest craftsmanship I've ever laid eyes on. You have blessed us indeed.
I shall miss your scathing replies, Thorstein.
And I'll miss your insufferable arrogance.
God smile on you, my friend.
You still owe me for that last box of nails.
Imvolder told me he paid.
I'm just playing with you. Be well, Thorstein.
And you.
Treat her well, Thorstein.
Oh, my wife will make sure of it. I've never seen a woman more in love with a boat.
And I've never seen so fine a sail. If you ever return, I will have work for her.
And I can apprentice myself to Skaga. A sound plan.
Your friend be a friend. Gift you return with gift. Laughter met with laughter, wisely and willing. Treason repaid with treachery. No man should trust a corpse upon the battlefield. The good seeing seeress, the strong-willed thrall. An early sown field should no man trust, nor too soon in the sun.
I can't take you with us, Sigmund. I'm not risking the lives of my men and wife to these sunstones.
You're making a mistake. With Frodi gone, I'm the best navigator you'll find this time of year, and you know it.
You've already deceived us once with your tales of magic pebbles. I'm not letting you steer us into rocks again. Without Frode to guide you, you're as good as blind.
So you'd rather trust whales and winds than your own Fialach? Bjorn was right about you. Try sailing across the sea in this weather. You won't get past the shore. Not without a skilled sailor.
You're absolutely right. I do need a navigator. But you weren't one to begin with.
Well?
No good.
Frode's betrayal cuts deeper with each navigator we're forced to turn away.
He got an offer he couldn't refuse. Wouldn't you choose to sail with a great sea king given the chance?
I already am. Regardless, Frode broke his word. Now we have no navigator and no men in the middle of the sailing season. How are we supposed to cross the sea?
Trick is waiting for us in Notfall with our supplies. He might have heard of someone trustworthy.
Notfall folk dread the great waters more than a feral cat. They'll be of no use in the upcoming storm. No. I'll ask my mother. She knows everyone in A70KUNJI24. I'll find a clan to join us there.
Is it wise for you to go? They might not agree to sail with a woman aboard.
I'm sure my charms will outweigh their fears.
Trick looks busy with our supplies. Good man.
I'll be off then, to find the men we need.
Be swift, my love. We'll meet you in A70KUNJI24 once the boat is loaded. Trick. I gather these crates are full of dried cod?
They are. And the other ones have hard bread, meat, and wool canvases for the crew.
Excellent. You have served us well for many years now, Trick. Faithfully.
I can't say it was a pleasure, but you've treated me with respect. I'm grateful for it. Now I hope my debt has been paid.
In full. Are you sure I can't tempt you to come with us? Your help would be invaluable.
Shackles here versus shackles across the sea? Tough choice to make.
Oh, you misunderstand me. I free you, here and now. But if you return to me willingly as a slave, you can purchase a place amongst my crew. Once we're established in the land across the sea, I'll free you for good, and take you as my partner in trade.
Not many slaves would get an offer like that. Well then, let's get these supplies on board before the storm hits us.
Four legs are faster than two. Freyr, gods, let this horse bring balance and protection to our journey. Mother will be happy to see me.
I seem to have been visited by Goddess Freya herself. Come, embrace your mother.
Mother, it's been a while.
Far too long. The sheep miss you, Gunhilda. They can't bear the thought of losing you to the land across the sea.
They might not have to.
Whatever is troubling you, my love, we will remedy it.
We need more men. The clan we recruited has decided to remain on land. We're left with no navigator nor crew.
Some clans have just returned from the sea. I've seen them camp nearby. I can take you to them, but you'll have to be persuasive.
Do you doubt my abilities, Mother?
I wouldn't dare. You've always had wits sharper than Gungnir. I can only hope that just like Odin's spear, you will return to me.
You know we must go where our opportunities lie. This land is overcrowded. We want our own fields, to harvest our own crops.
All right, I won't push any further. Your father will be heartbroken.
And you won't be?
My heart broke the day you left our home. We've arrived. Go on, love.
Thank you, Mother. Free men of A70KUNJI24, heed my call. We are looking for those brave enough to defy the whale road with us. You! Will you sail with us?
I saw you on the path earlier. You came here on a horse, didn't you?
I did.
And you shamelessly admit it. You fool. No, I won't sail with you. I don't want to face the spirit's wrath.
I intended to break the curse of sailing with a woman when riding that horse. It should protect us.
Have you seen the sky? The gods are already punishing you for your arrogance.
Bondi, Join us.
My men and I have just returned from years of Vikingur with Guthrum's warband. It's time for us to tend to our crops and see our children grow.
When do you leave?
Today.
Have you sailed before?
My husband sailed with Harald Jarl himself. He sailed enough for both of us.
I've learned to be wary of boastful spirits. Your word alone isn't enough.
How can I convince you to accompany us?
Well, why are you leaving our northern land?
My husband is a second son. If we were to stay, our farm will pass to his eldest brother, and we'll be left with nothing.
I understand that all too well. My men and I have found this temporary campsite, but we've got nowhere to go.
Then come with us.
It does sound tempting. Would you have enough supplies for all my men?
My husband is loading the meat and the dried fish aboard our ship as we speak. We'll have plenty for everyone.
How will we be sleeping?
We'll protect ourselves with wool canvases.
That should be enough. How will you find your way across the sea?
We'll observe the signs Midgard has given us. The birds, the currents, the stars. The spirits will show us the way. We need someone to interpret it.
You're right. I can help you around these shores, but in the midst of the wave world, we'll need an expert.
We? Have you decided to come?
I have. You speak true and my men are ready to settle.
I'm honored. Gather your men and your things. I'll take you to our ship.
I should know better than to ever doubt you. You excel once again.
There's little to stand in your way when you aim for the sky. Stigur's clan will accompany us, but we remain short a navigator.
I thought of someone while loading the ship.
Who?
You'll need to trust me. But we must reach Heloia first, and fast. The storm is imminent. It's looming on the horizon like a bad omen. Have we offended the gods in some way?
I rode a horse to my mother.
Gundhilda!
You asked me to trust you. It's only fair you do the same. We didn't have time to pay our respects to the spirits. I did what I must. Now, how do we reach Heloia?
I know where Heloia is.
Then, lead the way.
We must exit the fjord. Sail right. Now straight ahead towards the setting sun. Now, get closer to the shore, but make sure to keep the rocks on your left and the land on your right. We don't want to damage the hull. Embrace the shore until you see a tower of ice. There! The ice tower! Sail towards it! But beware, we're in shallow waters now. Well done. Now we're going to pass a small island filled with sea lions.
Hearken well in Hall of Kings, on ocean steed.
Past the Sea Lions Island. Our destination is ahead. Do not lose your course through the storm. Do you see the light? Go towards it. It's our destination. We've arrived! This is Haloya!
You shouldn't be here.
Bjorn, brother, I've come to...
Brother? When have we ever been brothers?
We were in the same Filak, Bjorn. We've sworn oaths to respect, support, and protect each other. They still hold true for me.
Those oaths were broken long before my exile, Thorstein, by both of us. You might have forgotten, but I've had years of solitude to remember.
Your scorn would be the death of us all. I haven't forgotten, but I refuse to let the past haunt my future. Maybe you should do the same. We need you, Bjorn. Join us. Lead us through the salted mountains.
Is this a trick? Why come to me?
Can't you trust that not everyone is deceitful? No other sea rider tames the waves like you do.
Now that I can believe.
Take me to your ship then, and we'll leave this wretched place. I see you've made a true sea king of yourself.
It wasn't always pleasant, but I haven't been idle.
It must be nice to have Harald's support.
Mostly Gunhilda's. But yes.
Gunhilda, you haven't changed.
That's enough from you! Leave us!
As merciless as the Northern Sea.
I know what you're going to say.
Yet it didn't stop you from making such a foolish decision.
You would have never agreed.
And with good reason. How are you so quick to forget?
I'm not.
I don't trust him.
Neither do I. But he's in that boat as well. He won't put us all in danger.
And after that?
After that, we'll part ways. The Isle of Britannia has plenty of land to spare.
Oh, may the gods hear you.
Towards the eye of the storm! Brace yourselves! The road is treacherous!
Praise be to God, the Most High, glory of glory, Lord of lords. Help me to show your grace and forgiveness to those who need it most.
Guthrum Jarl approaches!
For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Elrich, are you done speaking with your god for now?
My dialogue with him is constant, my lord, even if my lips are not moving.
My lord this, my lord that. You Saxons are quick to bend the knee. Perhaps it's why you make such excellent prisoners.
And yet King Alfred's army of Saxons has you surrounded.
Yes, well. I had expected him to send for you, but 5 months and more he has left you here with no word. Perhaps you are not as precious to him as you led me to believe.
For what man knows the things of a man except the spirit which is in him?
Or perhaps he finds your habit of quoting dead men as insufferable as I do.
I doubt that very much, my lord.
Come, walk with me. It must be almost time for you to pray again. I'll speak plainly. I've kept my men from pillaging Chippenham so that Alfred will have no quarrel with me should he retake his home.
I see.
Do you? If he bests us, I will be at your mercy instead of you at mine. Can I trust you to speak on my behalf, or do Saxons cling to their grudges as dearly as Vidar?
Christ demands we show others the mercy he has already shown us. You have nothing to fear from me, my lord.
Well, we shall see. You served under Alfred for many years. Tell me, how does he keep the loyalty of his men? After so many years of defeat, surely his soldiers would join another army.
King Alfred's role has been ordained by God. To desert him would be to go against divine will.
There are no contests of strength, no challenges to his rule.
Why would there be? He alone is destined to lead us until God chooses otherwise.
There may be something to this religion of yours after all. What is going on here?
No. The relic. It's gone.
I want every Saxon in this place searched head to toe.
Wait!
Remember your place, Saxon.
These people have been here since the siege began. They've no reason to steal, not now, and nowhere to flee if they did.
You accuse my men?
I accuse no one. Let me speak with those present. I will find the thieves.
No. You will return to your cell immediately. I will discover who is responsible before Alfred hears of it and decides to retake Chippenham by force.
One of these people must have seen something.
As it turns out, early medieval times were full of colours, from paintings and clothing to flowers and vegetables. To break the prejudice against this time period, artists, modelers and texturers made sure to implement vivid colours where they could. But as always, it's a fine balance to find between gameplay needs and historical accuracy. In some cases, developers chose to stick with one colour, despite historians' complaints. You should never mess with a historian. For example, pigs and carrots in AC Valhalla are pink and white respectively, although pigs at the time were brownish in complexion, and carrots, well, they had a wide range of colours, from white to purple. This choice helps with comprehension of the world, but also for consistency when certain objects are used in gameplay, such as the explosive red oil jars. Hence, one distinct colour makes items easily identifiable. To replicate England's diverse flora was no small feat. The developers wanted it to be accurate and help players navigate the map. First, the world design team created a season map. England was divided into 4 areas, each allocated a season. Each season had its own variety of vegetation, from grass to trees, and its own humidity layer, which helped determine the type of soil in each area, lush, dry, or wetland. With these in hand, the level artists and designers could implement the right type of flora in the world and create different landscapes using rocks and trees. Therefore, one region could have diverse but coherent scenery, engaging players in exploring the map meticulously.
Young one, did you see anyone carrying items of gold from the chapel?
I saw some men in furs and armor hiding things under their cloaks. They were talking about leaving Chippenham at night and said the statue would be too heavy. Then they went to the big house next to the Great Hall.
You have done our lord a tremendous service, child. Thank you. Guthrum should know what I found. Sister, Did you see who took the relic and the rest of the gold?
I saw nothing! Now leave me alone!
Tell me, brother. Did you see who stole from the chapel?
Don't ask me. Please, just go.
My apologies, but did you happen to witness anyone exiting the church with items made of gold or silver?
Surely I did. Some Saxons came here and took everything they could, carrying it all off to the butcher's house, next to the market.
That seems strange. Good Christians would have no reason to take what is theirs already.
Are you questioning my honor?
Merely making an observation. Thank you for your candor. I need to find out what happened to the relic. I need to check the butcher's house. These people have nothing, not even firewood. I'll find no hidden relic here. The child said the thieves went to the big house next... Bjorn! Pleasure to see you. I'm searching for our sacred relics that have been taken from the chapel. May I look inside to clear your good name?
Certainly not. My men are sleeping and I won't have them disturbed by some monk on a foolish hunt for fault where there is none.
The child said the thieves went to the big house next to the Great Hall. Out of the mouth of babes.
What were you able to get?
Not much. They're guarding the food carefully now, but we should have enough for 2 or 3 days.
We'll leave tonight then, before Alfred's war dogs arrive. Gather the gold into sacks, and let no one see you.
It shall be as you say, Bjornjarl.
I like the sound of that.
I should exit the same way I came in. My lord, I found the missing gold and the relic of Ely.
I told you to return to your cell, Elrich. I will not brook disobedience, not from my men and not from you.
Bjorn is organizing your men to flee Chippenham by night and leave you to face Alfred's wrath alone.
What? If you are lying to me, monk... Now return to your cell. Do not let me lay eyes on you until you come at my command.
Yes, my lord. I need to return to my room. Guthrum abhors disobedience.
Get inside, monk. I won't be held accountable by Guthrum if you disobey him again.
Good morrow, Bjorn. Have you come to join me in prayer?
Never, monk. Guthrum Jarl wants to speak with you in the Longhouse. Bring your golden idol. You'll need it before long.
Bjorn is waiting. I should not stoke his impatience. It's time to travel again, old friend. This relic carries a shard of the one true cross, if you doubt its potency.
I doubt every lie that falls from your lips. As should Guthrum, you made it trouble for me and my men.
Trouble brought upon you by your own actions.
And by a monk who doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
Only after we admit our faults and beg forgiveness can we hope to atone for them.
Spare me your sermons. I won't forget the debt you owe me. And neither will you, if you have a mind to keep living.
It's time to travel again, old friend. You wished to see me, my lord?
Your king has finally sent for you. Alfred has delivered the terms of my surrender and I have accepted. You are no longer my prisoner.
Thank you, my lord. I will remember you in my prayers.
One moment, Elrich. I admit the insights I gleaned into the Saxon mind through our discussions made Alfred's terms easier to swallow. He wants me to be baptized, to become a Christian king. It is you who convinced me that doing so would increase my power, not diminish it.
Of course, any who come to the Lord are welcome. Hopefully in time, you will appreciate the many other gifts God offers beyond mere power as well.
Mere power? Hold your tongue, monk. With the treaty signed, your usefulness is at its end. Leave by the main gate. A horse awaits you. Now go before I change my mind.
Yes, my lord. Better meet the messenger before Guthrum changes his mind.
200 unique weapon models were designed for AC Valhalla. After thorough historical research, modelling artists had the difficult task of designing realistic but spectacular weapons. Talk about a brain twister. Well, that's a good name for a weapon, actually. The flail was also added to the arsenal as a unique form of weaponry, even though flails weren't used by soldiers in battle but by peasants during harvest. To enjoy these weapons even more, new fighting styles were created. Players can now fight with a weapon in each hand, the dual wielding, or hit foes with their shield, sort of like a dual shielding. Shields played an important role in the Viking and Anglo-Saxon fighting techniques, and in AC Valhalla as well. Used in the game to differentiate clans and factions, each one has its own shape, paint model, colour pattern, and emblem. A new gameplay element was also added, the shield degradation. With each hit, an enemy's shield loses a piece until it's destroyed, and players can also now attack using their shields. Little known fact, it was common for vendors to walk around the battlefield, supplying clients with replacement shields and weapons. What can we say? Vikings were resourceful, though it's not a job I would have wanted.
It is King Alfred who must claim this great victory, though of course God strengthens his hand. Brother Aelrich, I was told to wait on you. King Alfred desires to see you at once.
And let us not keep the good king waiting. What news in Winchester since Christmas?
Too much for me to say. But the battle at Eddington was won, and soon the countryside will be free for all good Wessex men to till and plough as before.
For so many years of war, the land seems all but untouched.
Yea, nature's beauty has taken not nearly so hard a beating as we have.
It's a pleasure to see it again as a free man at last. What news of the king? How does he celebrate his triumph?
With more plans and late-night discussions. I've never seen a man smile so little when reporting such a great victory.
He's right to be wary. Guthrum is not tamed yet.
If you say so. His ferocity seemed to be at an ebb when I delivered King Alfred's terms.
I pray you are right. It would be well if we are done with war for his sake and ours.
I'll drink to that, brother.
King Alfred awaits you inside. Thank you for ensuring my safe return. Alfred will be waiting on my return.
What aileth thee, Doomhead? Tornichlum, Champan.
The castles of England were meant to be seen from afar by anyone seeking refuge. Except rulers didn't really account for their castles also attracting Vikings. All fortified areas in AC Valhalla were inspired by the castles the development team visited while in England. Portchester, Derby, Goodrich, Housesteads, the Roman fort at Hadrian's Wall. They nearly bankrupted the project just in the gift shops alone. The Castell Trefaldwyn in Wales inspired the fictional Corstow Castle, a fort in the Shropshire region. In AC Valhalla, castles are a telltale sign of great bounty to collect during raids, and lords will often retreat behind a castle's protective walls when fleeing from Eivor. Oh, they can run, but they can't hide. Well, I mean, they can hide, but, you know, Eivor will still get them.